So Wu-Tang, it was just recently announced through Hulu that they're going to have a straight-to-series show. So I have a two-part question. First of all, how excited are you that Wu-Tang is going to have a straight-to-series show? Second, if there could be any show about any musical artist that you'd be the most excited about, who would it be and why?
I mean, I'm pretty excited about the Wu-Tang thing. Growing up, I wasn't that much of a fan, but they're still from New York. I still, they influence hip hop a lot. In general, I'm loving the way that these music biops are happening. Because I don't know if you saw the Bobby Brown one, you saw the New Edition one, and I mean, I think opening up the doors with Wu-Tang, that opens it for other crews, right? So I wouldn't want to see one artist. I'm thinking like, can we see Dipset? Because you had Cameron, you had Jewel,
Oh
and
my
you had
god.
Jimmy, and those three created so many hits.
Yo,
I mean,
that
I
would be
heard they had
so
seven a
wild.
day. That was crazy.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of how wild that would be to be like dip set, dip set, dip. Like, just imagine like recreating them being in the room when they first dropped that beat.
Yeah, yeah, and they were like known for having the crazy samples because they would have that sound like every Dipset beat had a baby crying on it or some like high pitched sample. Like I wonder, like the first person dropped that sample on like Cameron's face, like that's it, that's the sound we're looking for.
I
Like I think that'd be so much fun.
Yeah, it'd be dope. And I heard a story that a dude ran up on Cameron and was like, "Yo, come out of that Lambo." And he looked at him. Dude put out the gun, shot him. Cam didn't do anything. He just rolled up the window, waited for the light to turn green, and drove to the hospital. Can you imagine these reenactments of what a Dipset show would be like? Like, this would be incredible.
I remember like the first season of Love and Hip Hop when you had Jim Jones rolling up on some dude because he was talking trash. These guys are real deal Harlem. They weren't playing any games. They were true crew. I mean, we just saw Jewels running through the airport, forgot his gun. Like, and I think they caught Jimmy and they caught Jimmy in Atlanta with a bunch of dudes with drugs in the car. Like, these dudes are still doing wild things, but the music speaks for itself. So I
I
think that'll be
know.
super exciting.
Oh my gosh, the one I had in mind is nowhere near as good as this, but I think further exploring Dipset, I'm trying to think of like, where would it be best to be played? Like, what would be the best distribution stream? Because, I mean, like, instantly, I think everybody's mind go to, like, BET or VH1, but if it was to be on a streaming, like, which one do you think would be best for it?
I think Hulu with Wu-Tang makes perfect sense because on Netflix, dropping it all at once, I think that hurts it essentially. Because if you think about like the Bobby Brown story or the New Edition story, people would watch part one, part two, part three on the nights because they were like, "Oh, you saw that first part. That conversation was going." I
Yeah,
think that's gonna be the same thing with the Wu-Tang. I think if you do it weekly, will be super. If you do it weekly, which I think it should be, it'll create that conversation. And I think that'll be with any like music story that happens on that platform.
yeah. One of the stories that I would love to see would be on Kanye. On the thing about him though is like he's recently just been so crazy and just done such outlandish stuff that has certainly hurt his brand. So he's gonna have to disappear for a few years. But I think the Kanye story would just be nuts because like you really see the rise and fall of someone, and like there's just been so many peaks and valleys of his life that it would make it such an interesting show. But this wouldn't be like funny. This it would be like
It'll
pure
be so
drama.
sad.
It'd be like, yeah, it'd be incredibly sad. You probably win an Emmy off that shit though.
No, I mean, but I feel like with Kanye, he'd have complete creative control. It cost a lot of money, and it would just
Well,
be like, all right, we gotta scratch it because
that
you got to put
that's
the Kardashians in it too. Like that's a lot that you have to
you
deal
can't
with.
afford that because that is one thing about the Wu Tang. So they are all a part of it, and ODBs is a state that's a part of it. So I don't know if that's going to make it more accurate or less accurate. I think if you were to do a Kanye show, like he cannot be involved whatsoever because I think like at that point it would just be crazy.
But I feel like all these like BT has been done it. They've been killing it, and I think the reason why they've been killing it is because they've had involvement from the actual people in these stories. Like
Yeah,
the New Edition story, they had the entire New Edition crew coming as a consultant. The Bobby Brown story, they had Bobby Brown, like it was based on his book, and he's obviously a consulting producer on the show. And I think it's Jizza, no, it's RZA, who's like the
yeah,
lead
RZA.
consultant
Yeah,
on this Wu Tang TV series, is going to be important. And I think when you do these creatives, it's going to be super important going forward when you do these kind of biops. I'm doing it wrong. that you have that creative piece in there. Because if you look at like the Lifetime stuff, they've tried to do a Michael Jackson movie multiple times. And I don't know if you follow me, but I'll post a meme of like Flex Washington playing Michael Jackson. It's horrendous. Like, so
Yeah, Flex can't do it. It doesn't make sense.
what's crazy?